You're watching the Alabama Weather Network.
It's Wednesday, the 5th of November. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather will stay very pleasant through midweek. Then rain chances return on Friday. And then the coldest air so far this season blowing in here early next week. So a lot of things to talk about this morning. Let's dive into it. Here's the upper air look. We have a flat ridge over the Gulf, and that's kind of nosing in from the south, and that's going to set the stage for highs in the 70s for the rest of this week. Very pleasant afternoons. Radar, nothing nearby to start today. We got some rain up north and way out west. Not as cold this morning. We've got mostly 40s on the map. One spot, Gadsden, they're sitting at 38, otherwise lows in the 40s, and again highs in the 70s today. There's the watch warning map around the nation. We have wind issues for the northeast United States and parts of the western states, otherwise things are quiet. Couple of marginal risks today well up north, one for parts of Pennsylvania, New York, and southern New England, and also a marginal risk on the coasts of Oregon down into extreme northwest California. Tomorrow, no organized severe storms expected. Look here on day 3, which is Friday. Now we have a risk of severe storms defined from parts of the Deep South into the Ohio Valley. And we have a level 2 out of 5 risk over parts of Middle Tennessee and southern Kentucky. That actually kind of clips the western part of the Tennessee Valley. That level 2 out of 5 risk from Huntsville back over to Florence and the Shoals. Then we have a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk all the way down to places like Grove Hill, Luverne, and Opelika, the dark green on that map. We'll take a look at modeling here in just a second. That's in advance of a front coming in here Friday night. But rain amounts will not be very heavy with this system. 1/2 inch or less for most of the state, and that's the rain for the next 7 days. The bulk of this Friday and Friday night. The weekend looking mostly dry. All of next week looking dry, except for maybe a few flurries, snow flurries on Monday for the northeastern corner of the state. More about that in just a second. Tropical weather, the tropics have gone quiet. And hopefully they stay that way until sometime next summer. No tropical storms, no hurricanes for the next 7 days. So model fans, let's take a look at this whole situation here. This is the European Valley today at 4 o'clock. OZ Run. Flat ridge on the Gulf Coast. A beautiful day today. Sunny with highs in the 70s statewide. Same thing tomorrow. Mostly sunny, highs in the 70s. And then on Friday, so here we go. We have a cold front coming in from the north and west. And the models are a little faster with the chance of showers and thunderstorms on Friday. It looks like the rain chances will start during the day, continuing into Friday night. So we're not quite within range of the good high-resolution convection-allowing models. We'll be there later today, but let's look at the European lightning output. This is valid Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock, mid-afternoon on Friday. And you can see storms along the front over Tennessee. That's right in advance of the surface boundary. And in advance of that, the European suggesting we could see a few scattered storms over Alabama Friday afternoon. So we will now introduce the chance of thunder Friday and Friday night, showers and a few thunderstorms. This is the projected instability Friday night at midnight. And a modest amount of instability. You can see the surface base Cape values here between about 1,000 and 1,500 joules per kilogram. Of course, as we get into late Friday night, these values will slowly come down. The wind fields, the dynamic support, so-so. So, again, it's kind of like what SPC is saying here. We're going to have a marginal risk of severe storms over about the northern two-thirds of the state, Friday afternoon and Friday night. The main concern coming from small hail, strong gusty winds. I don't think we have a tornado threat based on the projected wind profiles here. But that could be an issue for the high school football playoff games Friday night. Initially, it looked like just light rain showers. Now, we will mention a chance of some lightning and thunder here. So be aware of that. But again, rain amounts looking pretty light for most spots under 1/2 inch Friday and Friday night. So what about the weekend? So this is Saturday, that initial front. By the way, the initial front is a Pacific front, not an Arctic front. So Saturday will still be very mild with highs in the 70s. Parts of South Alabama could be flirting with 80. And I know there's green on this map here, but again, with the front fizzling out, the chance of a shower very small. It's not zero, but very small. We think most of the day Saturday dry, Saturday night looking dry. And again, for the football games, Auburn is in Nashville during the day. That looks dry, playing Vandy. And Alabama hosts LSU Saturday night in Tuscaloosa. And at this point, that looks dry, with temperatures generally in the 60s for both of those ball games. And then Sunday, another front comes in here, but that will likely come through in dry fashion. This is an Arctic front. And that's going to bring down that really cold air. On Sunday, highs drop into the 50s and 60s with a very strong north wind developing behind the front. And Monday, wow, look at the thickness values. The 540 line is almost down to Mobile. That's a cold air mass. And ooh, look at all the shades of blue. You know what that is? That represents a chance of snowflakes. And the better chance of any accumulating snow north of Alabama, East Tennessee, East Kentucky, West Virginia, and especially in the mountains. But there's no doubt there could be a few snow flurries Monday for the northeastern corner of Alabama. Huntsville, Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Lookout Mountain, Sand Mountain, Albertville, Boaz, Mentone, places like that. So if you want to see the first snowflakes of the season, go up to Mentone. That'd be a good place to look for a few snowflakes. Maybe Montesano and Huntsville. Maybe up on Sand Mountain, Albertville, Boaz. So just be aware of that. We do not expect any accumulation or impact. Temperature should be in the upper 30s and low 40s, but a blustery, cold day on Monday. And then Tuesday, with a clear sky and light wind, the bottom drops out. Tuesday morning, these are projected lows of freeze all the way down to Mobile and Dothan. 20s for the northern half of the state. So this will end the growing season early Tuesday morning. A freeze pretty much statewide. About the only place that would escape a freeze, areas south of Interstate 10 in southern Mobile and Baldwin counties. And even there, they'll be in the middle 30s with widespread frost. So Wednesday, a week from today, a westerly flow and a very dry air mass will start to warm up with highs back in the 60s. Let's keep going. This is 10 days out. This is Friday of next week, November 14th. Ridge axis to the west, a northwest flow aloft, and once again, we are dry. So other than that chance of snow flurries for the northeastern corner of the state Monday, all of next week looking rain-free. Rain for the next 15 days. The mean, the green line here, between 1 and 2 inches between now and the 20th of November. Temperatures, highs in the 70s through Saturday, and then boom, here comes that cold air. The high Monday dropping into the 40s. And now Sunday, it could be a day with falling temperatures. Sunday, if you're in Huntsville or the Shoals, temperatures could go the wrong way. You might wind up in the 40s by Sunday afternoon, but Monday, blustery and cold, and Tuesday morning, that widespread freeze for all of Alabama except for the coastal areas. And then highs go back in the 60s for the latter half of next week. And the latest long-range guidance, this is for the 12th through the 18th of November. So after that cold snap, temperatures come back up and maybe a little above average for that time frame. The super moon last night. Did you see it? A lot of people did. The moon is actually full this morning at about 7 o'clock Central Time. So effectively, it will appear full again tonight. It was obviously appearing full last night. It will basically look the same tonight. But again, technically it's full. I do believe the exact time is 7:19 this morning. Love that shot. The beaver moon over the Bucky Beaver. It's outstanding. But again, sky watchers, basically the same setup tonight. So today I will be at Payne Elementary School in Trussville for a weather program there. After that, it's Weather Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month. Every month I'm at Children's of Alabama to do a program for the patients, their families there. Tomorrow, I will be in Cullman. I was in Cullman yesterday, back in Cullman tomorrow for a homeschool group. And then tomorrow after that, I will be at Vincent Elementary School in Shelby County. And then Friday, Meadowview Elementary School in Alabaster in Shelby County. No book signing, by the way, this Saturday. Don't forget, you can catch my forecast every day on great radio stations around the state, including in Birmingham, 98.7 KISS, and also ABC 3340 News this evening. Thanks for watching. Have a marvelous Wednesday, and God bless.